Wait. Did you just say you're putting your house on the market for sale? You gotta watch this video. Today I'm gonna go through some really quick things that you can do to your house to make sure buyers are coming in droves and putting offers in almost immediately on your house. That's coming up next. What's up, everybody? It's Matt Allen here with the Allen team. I hope you're having a good day today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I appreciate taking the time to look at this video. And if you hit that subscribe button and the bell, you'll be notified anytime any new video, and I try to put one out weekly, becomes available. Today's topic has to do with some really, now when I say really, really easy things, if you're looking to put your house on the market for sale, that you can do within a weekend, going to the big box store one time, picking up some materials and knocking out some projects through the weekend, guaranteed to help you sell your house a lot quicker and provide that curb appeal and some of those wow factors that buyers are looking for right now. So without delay, let's talk about number one, and that has to do with cleaning. You have to get your house clean. Now, declutter is another word that people associate with getting their house ready. That's important, but step number one is make sure your house is clean. And if you don't want to have your house clean, hire somebody to clean your house. It's not a ton of money to have somebody come in and really make sure your house smells clean, it looks clean, and is ready to go. So that's step number one. Next up is lighting. Make sure your house has plenty of bright light throughout it. If you don't have a bright room, go out and buy a lamp, put in your light bulbs, make sure all your light bulbs work. I can't tell you how many showings I've gone to where you can't see the room because all the light bulbs are burned out in the fixtures. So go to the big box store, buy yourself a pack of however many bulbs you need. Make sure all the bulbs in the bathroom, you know how you have like 4 or 5 lights over your bathroom mirror, make sure all those work. It also provides consistency, makes it look like you take care of your house and that all the bulbs are working and have been regularly changed. That's next. We're going to move along a little faster now. All right, we now have your house light and bright. We have it clean. Next up, we need to go to that hardware store and pick up some touch-up paint. You can get a sample off your wall. If you pull a sample, you can cut with a drywall knife or something, a little patch behind a door. Bring that out to get it matched up at the hardware store. We need some caulk for the bathrooms that you probably haven't caulked since you own the house. And the mold is completely black. We need to get rid of all that. So the next step is really to touch up the interior of the house, making sure scratches and dirt on the walls and things like that are all scrubbed out. A really good tool are these white magic erasers. I'm going to put a picture right here. Those things are amazing at getting a wall clean. So buy a big pack of those. Again, one stop, Lowe's, Home Depot, you can usually pick up all of this stuff. So that's next. We now have the interior right where we want it. Let's start focusing on the exterior. And I'm going to cover this in one shot. You're going to need some new mulch for the front yard. You need to pick up some patches of lawn. Wherever your lawn is dead, we got to replace that. We got to show fresh lawn that's green and looks good. You got to make sure all your irrigation heads are working. That means you're going to turn it on. Make sure they're all popping up and they're not shooting out over to your neighbor's house. If that's the case, we need to get some new ones. They're not that expensive. And we're going to dig those out and replace them. Again, if you can't do some of these things, you can hire companies. There's handy companies. There's landscape companies that'll come in and do all this for you. Obviously, it's going to be at an additional cost, but these things are definitely worth it. And I'm not one to push you to spend a lot of money prior to listing your house, but getting your house looking good, you know, with a curb appeal. which brings up pressure washing. Get your house pressure washed, borrow it from a friend, go through and do the driveway, do the front areas, do anywhere there's mold or mildew or at green algae. Right now in Florida, summer, green algae is all over the place. So you got to get rid of that. Again, it shows that you're taking attention to your house and you're keeping your house in a good condition, which is extremely important to a buyer. They want to make sure you've taken care of the house so that when they go in, they're not going to have to deal with a lot of things. So the exterior, hit all of those things, stand back, look at the house. Does it look good? We should be ready to go at this point. The next step is only, and I call this level 2 improvements to the house, is only if you need these type of things. And I'm just going to list them off for you. Starting with carpet and new tile. If it needs it, you can put in new faucet handles and fixtures if the lighting fixtures are old. This is where you're going to be spending a little more money, but it goes a long way. They're not huge expenses, but they are a little more than cleaning and painting, touch up, and things like that. If you have some carpet that's really in rough shape, you definitely want to try to tear that out and put in either a laminate floor or a tile floor, or just replace it with some better carpet. Use neutral colors. If you need a room repainted, now's the time to get that done. Organization. Make sure your closets are completely organized. When somebody opens the door, they want to see how your clothes are nicely laid out and you have room to get your shoes on or whatever in those closets. So make sure that is in place. If you need a closet organizer, tier 2, we want to get that organizer in place. So those are the major points of the tier 2. Obviously, if your house is newer or in good shape, you won't need to do many of these things. But if you've kind of neglected things through the years, now is the time to kind of get those in. It's actually going to make a difference in your offer pricing that you get. So the last things I really want to talk about, I'm going to again group them together, so this is not a long video. We want to appeal to all of the senses of the buyer. And I always say that people buy houses, sight, smell, sound. So that brings in a couple of things. You want to get it. If you're using your house quite often, a lot of times the smell of cooking and things like that could be a little overpowering. You want to try to put in like a Glade plug-in or some type of fragrance in the house. Now, don't let it be heavy. It's just like a light citrusy flavor is what I kind of recommend to people. So make sure you get that in the house. We want to make sure you have a welcome mat at the front door, that you have some plants. Things that are alive in your house. If you're like my house, alive is kind of a key thing. So make sure they are alive and they all look good. You want to have your Alexa or whatever you have in the house playing some light music. My go-to is Michael Bublé. So if you need, and again, this is all during the showing process. So when you got your house ready to go, they've taken the photos, you're ready to go. You got a buyer coming into the house, you put your Glade plug-in in, you got the Michael Bublé going. You want to step out of the house, very important. Let the buyer look around unopposed. If the agent's there showing the house, I always recommend the agent kind of give their initial spiel and then let the buyer wander around the house. So with that, I think you're ready to get your house on the market and get that house sold for top dollar. If you do have any questions, reach out to me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.